Hi everybody and welcome back to the Goodell life. I know I missed uploading in the last couple weeks, but I promise that I did film this a couple weeks ago. I'm just a little bit behind on editing and posting. And so to keep up with the spring clean with me theme, this week is a video about how we clean our car, and I'll try to do a little bit of a voiceover like this on the sort of stuff we keep in the car after we do a big clean. I know it's so easy to keep so many additional unnecessary items and unneeded items in your car, but for me that just gives me so much stress when I get in, and if I'm trying to put groceries away and I just can't. So we did a whole big clean out of the car, and I have a ton of stuff at home now that I need to organize and sort through. So let's get on with it. I am so embarrassed to show you guys the inside of our car at the end of winter because it is a pigsty. It is so embarrassing. I didn't even want other people to see inside my car, honestly, when I parked next to them. It was so bad. We had garbage and snow boots and gym bags and pillows from traveling, and it's hard to see because it's so dark in there, but we have so much gunk, just like from spilled coffee and chips from road trips that have made themselves into ways and places that they just don't belong. So here's a little bit of a peek of our dirty secret of the inside of the car. Oh, don't judge me. So we're at the car wash trying to clean the car, and it's not going quite as we planned. Basically, I think we chose the stall that has like the worst, I won't say the suckiest, but that makes it sound like it works, but like the worst vacuum ever made for car washes. And we're just gonna have to probably suck it up and buy a handheld, like, what are those called? You know, the little small ones. And so that we can actually clean the inside of the car. I dust every week inside here, and it's not working, and there's still so many like rocks and dirt from winter. And then because we live in a dust pit here in the summer, in the desert, then it actually gets really dusty inside as well in the summertime. So Joe's washing the car as I dust the inside some more. So I'll show you what I use. Literally nothing special. I just use any sort of microfiber wand. These ones are just from the dollar store. You can use a Swiffer, but I like to keep them in here. And these ones you can rewash, which is nice. And yeah, I just kind of dust along. And I do this when I'm waiting for appointments, if I'm picking Joe up from work, if I get to work early. I do this all the time. This is not that dirty because it's a new one, but we have a green one in the car that's just filthy. Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Goodell life. I'm here with Joe. Can't really see him, but you can see his arm. That's my other half. Sorry that my videos have been really quite sporadic lately, and honestly just non-existent. I've been dealing with quite a bit of stuff going on, and then my grandma passed away. So in the last 2 weeks, we have done over 2,000 kilometer road trips, 2 of them, which took up a lot of time. But I do have some really pretty footage to share with you guys in a couple weeks here with a new video of that. But to continue with the clean car video that I had started filming like a month ago, or longer at this point, these are some of our road trip essentials and car essentials that we like to keep in the vehicle with us. So the first one is, if you have a passenger who is like me, don't do this if you're driving, but a passenger who's anything like me, who falls asleep before you even hit, the end of city limits, a neck pillow. We keep one of these literally just in the car every day. It's just always here. I'm always asleep before like 10 minutes into the drive. It's ridiculous. Joe hates it. I am the worst passenger you'll ever have unless you like to drive in silence or listen to my heavy breathing as I sleep. When I'm awake, I just sing to every song on the radio, so I don't know which one you'd prefer. Really, it's a toss-up. Another road trip essential, or just anytime you get into your vehicle, it's good to bring with you, is a bottle of water. Now, we do usually try to keep recyclable, what's the word, Joe? Recyclable?
Recyclable.
Recyclable That sounds weird. Well, you know what I mean. Reusable, just changed the word completely. Reusable water bottles, but we didn't bring one with us on this trip, which was really bad. I couldn't find one that fit in our cup holders well enough, and I just got annoyed. And so we ended up buying one at a gas station, so that's why this is here. But it's very good to keep hydrated as you're traveling. It also means less stops at gas stations and you spend less money at them, so that's nice. Something else that we just picked up, which I'm excited about, but not excited, that's not a right word, but it makes me feel better, is we got one of these. I've seen a lot of people post about them. This one's just from the Amazon Basics, so it was like $6 online, which was great. And I hope to never have to use this, but if I do, now I'm prepared. And it snaps in here so it doesn't screw up your car in the meantime. But this part breaks the windshield or windows if you are in an accident or trapped. And this part cuts your seat belt. Some of them also have the flashlights that can, you just crank them so it doesn't need to be plugged in. But those ones were a lot more money, and honestly, I'm kind of cheap with, I guess, essential things, not frivolous things like purses, but with essential things that apparently could save my life, I am very cheap with. So if you can relate, this one's like I want to say it was under $10 on Amazon, and that's Canadian prices, so probably even cheaper in the States, which is great. Another thing that we just keep in the car at all times is toilet paper. Now, it's not because we're making frequent road stops or pit stops on the side of the road. It is because I make messes a lot, to be completely honest, and I am allergic to basically everything that is outside of my purified home. And so I'm always sneezing, literally just always sneezing. And so we bring or make sure that we have a thing of toilet paper in the car at all times for Kleenex because it's cheaper. But then it can also use in an emergency pit stop if you're stuck in construction on the side of the highway for 5 hours, which has happened to me before. It sucks a lot, especially if you're like 20 minutes outside of the town that you were going to go to. But either way, good to have, especially if you have kids. Something else that we keep in the car during road trips, well, we don't always, but we did this last couple and I loved it, was we actually brought baby wipes. We had some baby wipes at home for some other stuff, and we brought them into the car, and it worked great as wet wipes and for cleaning things, washing our hands if we touched something sticky, or sometimes bathrooms on road trips are just kind of sketchy. That's made me feel a little bit better about them. Cleaning the car, because as you know, I like to dust the car all the time apparently. So I liked to have that with us. Another key thing to keep in a vehicle, if you are like Joe, I should probably do this, and I used to, I don't know where they went, but a spare set of glasses in case yours break. Joe's almost legally blind in one eye, and if he did not have glasses, he could physically not drive home. I technically, according to my license, need glasses to drive, but according to some optometrists, that is debatable. So I do it anyway because I just find it easier. But having a spare set of glasses in your glove box can make a very unfortunate situation a lot more bearable. I mean, even if it's an older prescription, it's still probably going to be better than nothing if you are alone and you have nobody else to drive your vehicle. In the glove box, we also keep a thing of Gravol. These are just the ginger ones because the other ones make you really drowsy. Joe gets seasick a lot, so if we're going to the lake, it's good to have. I sometimes just get really sick when I have my migraines, and the Gravol sometimes helps. We also, of course, because we're not crazy people, come on, have a charger or two in the car. This one I can't apparently open, so, oh, there we are. This is a retractable one. So I love that because then when we're not using it, it compacts down much smaller and I can just tuck it away. We also have one that my phone's actually being used with right now that can be used for both Android and Apple because Joe and I have different phones, which is highly inconvenient, but apparently iPhones are very expensive. And so next year we'll have to get new phones. But in the meantime, dual cables is also necessary. Other great things that we keep in the vehicle, which I think this is a pretty standard thing for most people who are on road trips or if you have kids, is we usually have a garbage bag, or honestly it's just a plastic bag from a gas station 9 out of 10 times. And I've tied it behind one of the seats. We just took ours out because it was full of garbage from the road trip. But that's really handy, so you're not having your car cluttered with garbage. You can just tie it all up, throw it out in the nearest garbage can, and you're good. Another thing I grabbed online, again on, I think I got these on Amazon. It's on our Wish, something like that. Either way, online, cheap. Are these, like, I don't really know how to describe them. These are like a faux leather kind of narrow holder things. Now the idea is that it goes between you and the console in the middle, but we have a very narrow car, so it doesn't fit there. But we do have a gap between the end of the seat and the door, but not like where the door falls out. And so we keep ours there. So if you want to store stuff, it's a little bit handier and easier. And it doesn't make like that big rattle noise like when you put it in the side of the door. That really drives me nuts. Drives Joe way crazier than it ever drives me though, so he's a little bit insane that way. And we found them pretty helpful. Keeps brochures, keeps receipts handy. You can throw your phone in there, different things. So in the back of the car, now this is a bit of a disaster even though I cleaned it out. We have, this is actually a collapsible cooler. It's really interesting because it folds down, but inside of it I keep all my reusable bags and other small coolers. This is my summer bag. This does not usually stay in here except for during the summer. And we keep our picnic blankets in there and some towels for the beach. That way, if I want to do a spontaneous trip out of town to the beach or something, I don't have to go home and grab anything. We also keep a sweater and a coat for each of us in here in case something happens. I mean, we were just in Alberta and we got caught in a hailstorm while I was wearing a summer dress, so I mean, you never know what's going to happen. I also have some towels, a notepad, a blanket. We have inside this great bag that is by, I want to say 31 Gifts. My sister gave it to me, I love it. We have our jumper cables, we have a couple air compressors. I think we have a spare filter that Joe uses for the car for some stuff. Just little gadgets, but you really want to keep an air compressor for your tire. That has saved us so many times I cannot even count. We got caught on the highway in Edmonton last year in minus 53 weather, that's Celsius, with wind and snow in the middle of winter, the flat tire, and that helped us limp along until we could get somewhere to fix it so we didn't have to pay a towing fee, which was wonderful because we don't have a spare tire in this car. So, I mean, that's irresponsible, but whatever. We have this tray underneath. Now I really wanted a mat to kind of protect the carpet, but those were expensive, so we found this shoe tray that was like $10 instead. That seems to do the trick. Joe keeps a spare set of shoes. They just are flat, so it's no big deal. And an umbrella. So we also have socks that go with the shoes. I also get cold feet a lot when traveling. And then those green things are my old ends, but I have my full license now, so I no longer need them, so I can throw those out. I finally was an adult and got my full license. So let me back up so you can see the trunk a little bit more. So it looks like it's full, but honestly it holds so much stuff. Our groceries fit in there. That's one of the reasons why I should mention that we have the cooler, is because we live in a desert. It does get so incredibly hot here in the summer that having something to put your groceries in, like your meats when you're grocery shopping around, and sometimes we go to different stores, it's really important just to keep your food fresh and safe. We also have a sun visor, which is really handy because, like I said, it is stupidly hot. I will show you what it looks like because Joe's really proud of it. It is a set of eyes off of cars, Lightning McQueen to be specific, because we have a red car. It has red. It looks hilarious when it's all together. And we got that one from Disneyland, actually, he wants me to point out. And then we also have a hat for Joe because he gets sunburned all the time. So there we go. That's Joe's hat. He's very proud of it. Saved him a lot in Mexico.
It floats.
And so that's it. I hope that you guys found some of this useful, or gave you some ideas of things maybe you don't have in your car that maybe you needed. I personally like watching other people's videos to see what they have in their vehicles, because I would have never thought to have one of these windshield breaker things and seatbelt rippers. I don't really know what they're called. In case of emergency, but after seeing so many people post about it, I got really paranoid and I had to buy one right away. So, I don't know, Joe's laughing at me right now. He thought I was absolutely ridiculous. He's like, how many times have you ever needed one? I said, well, never, but the goal is to never need it. But at least now I do, in case something happens. So, I hope you have a great day. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my face and possibly Joe's, then hit that subscribe button, and hit the little bell to get notifications for when I do eventually post videos, hopefully on a more regular basis. Thanks for watching.